Hello, they call me Mr. Destiny. Everybody wants to be an individual, and everybody wants to stand out. Unless, of course, you are between the 25 and 40% of the world population who identify as an introvert. Or, of course, if you happen to have your own private reasons to remain, shall we say, inconspicuous, going completely unnoticed and unseen. Perhaps you plan to bust the casino or stage a heist at the Louvre. There are actually some professions, illicit or covert, in which you just may not want others to know your particular identity. However, for the rest of us, probably the majority of us, who want to be somebody, the operative question remains, how do you make yourself known? Everybody knows somebody, but at the end of the day, the most important question in the big game is, do they know you? Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. And if that is you, my friend, then this message is especially for you. Let's just keep this Sesame Street stupid, shall we? And just do the math. There are 8,255,365,22 people in the entire world. You are one of them out of many one. E pluribus unum. And most people will tell you, perhaps if you decide to go into business or even into politics, then especially with modern technology, if you want to get known, if you want to be famous, if you want to be a star on Broadway, you need to stand up yourself a website. It couldn't be more simple than that. If it was that simple, then everyone would do it, right? And in 1997, however, when access to the World Wide Web, mostly on Netscape browsers that had pioneered the emerging market, was rather limited by access, like if you had a compact computer. In the matter ACLU v. Reno, the Supreme Court had noted how the District Court had concluded that the risk of encountering material by accident is remote because of a series of affirmative steps required to access specific material. Believe it or not, you don't just start something up on the internet and become internationally notorious and viral. There are a few other things that must occur. Generally, the Supreme Court, in fact, in the 1990s, had concluded as an evidentiary finding of fact that the internet was, back then, comparable from the reader's viewpoint to both a vast library, including millions of readily available and indexed publications, and a sprawling mall offering goods and services, kind of like Amazon. How do you find that? Maybe somebody knows their name. And you say that you want to be that millionaire. Champagne dreams and caviar adventures. You want to go to Hollywood to win an Oscar. You want to win the jackpot. You want to be a star on Broadway where 1 dime won't even shine your shoes. Then what is your plan? Grab some account executives working on Madison Avenue. Maybe hire a political consultant. Do you happen to have $1 million? Do you have a trust fund? Today, pal, you have a lot of competition because you have a lot of people like yourself who didn't pull off the Lufthansa heist and want to get known. It's a dog-eat-dog world. Survival of the fittest and the strong survive. You are not exactly Columbus going to find a new world or Neil Armstrong trying to be the first man to walk on the moon. it's been done. In fact, on any given day, POW, 177,372 new websites created by people just like you are popping up on the internet. So wait your turn and stand online. In fact, today, at this very minute, there are approximately 1,119,023,272 websites on the internet. Just turn on a computer and find one. However, you may be in luck. Because of the 1.1 billion websites in the entire world, only 193,890,945 are currently active, or about 17.32%. See, my friend, things are already looking up for you and your dreams. And if you don't happen to be bilingual, amongst your competition, some 52.1% of all websites on the internet publish web content in English. So maybe you can corner a market in some less spoken language market. Be the biggest Swahili website in the entire world. How about Latin? There are currently over 3,000 endangered languages in the world on the brink of extinction. And the rate at which languages and dialects are dying is alarming. Unfortunately, not in some regional areas. People still are learning to speak English. According to National Geographic, one language vanishes from the face of the earth every 14 days, and few leave any recognizable traces. Perhaps your website could be that Noah's Ark to keep hope alive. That could be your golden ticket to the stars. I'm here to help, pal. You believe that, don't you? I'm here to help you. And the United States has the most websites with more than 144.68 million registered domains. One of them could be you. The moment you stepped into my office, pal, I knew that you were going places. So, can you act? Can you sing? You do card tricks? Have you gone to the casting call? Let's say you have not any artistic talent at all. That's okay, because there is always politics. And since you have to start somewhere, let's not go crazy and first opportunity out of the gate say, why hell, I'll run for Congress. That's why 99% of startup companies fail. Jump out of windows with stupid ideas. So let's start on the low end and build up. Those down ballot options. Jimmy Carter of Malay's fame began his political career on the school board. And just look what happened to him before, of course, those most recent events. Major departed, now rest in peace. In 2025, did you know that of the over 88,000 seats on the school board in the nation, there are only 22,000 up for re-election or election? And it might be a little better for you, my friend, coming from absolutely nowhere, to first find yourself an open seat. Even better, run unopposed for an open seat. You'd have to be pretty hard on your luck to lose an election against yourself. I'm just saying. And so let's just say you toss your hat in the ring for what the Supreme Court had described as the most important function of state and local government. They say that is the most important issue right now, in fact, in Virginia, for even two women hoping to make history as the first woman to be in charge of an entire state called Virginia. To pee or not to pee, that is their question. And you know what a man is, I'm guessing. Clearly, for the voters in Virginia, that is a great existential question, even if education ain't exactly what it used to be. I'm just saying. However, though you have 22,000 chances, my friend, to become world famous on the internet, perhaps even become an ABC television headliner on a late-night talk show, you still may want to sit down, because your political category includes not just other name-your-favorite politician, but also political information websites with perhaps probably a larger publicity budget than you may be able to muster, like National Review, The Atlantic, Politico, ProPublica, and even Ballotpedia. In fact, not to burst your bubble, but in fact, POW, the top-performing websites in the category of politics generally do not include, shall we say, political figures like yourself. So let's take a look at the competition and see if you come close to measuring up. The 30-year-old The Atlantic, which covers news, politics, culture, technology, health, and more, through its articles, podcasts, videos, and flagship magazine, attracts 33.6 million visitors. Nobody Knows Politics Like Politico also attracts 36.6 million in its 27-year history. The 20-year-old Huffington Post draws 21.1 million visitors. But that's a newspaper. Tough luck, pal. This is Fight Club. There are no rules. The 30-year-old Slate attracts 18.8 million visitors. Pew Research Center lures 9.3 million visitors, hoping to find, I don't know, maybe research and seeking this nonpartisan fact tank that informs the public about the issues, attitudes, and trends shaping the entire world. The independent nonprofit newsroom of ProPublica produces investigative journalism in the public interest, drawing 8.4 million visitors. Ballotpedia, ranked number 5,257 in the world, attracts 6.6 million visitors. And ActBlue, with its billions raised online since 2004 from 5.7 million visitors, is also your competition. You have to stand for something or you'll fall for anything. Where do you stand when people say your name? What is associated with it? Besides the fact that you want to call yourself, I don't know, president, politician, whatever. National Review, which for 5.4 million is the leading conservative magazine and website covering news, politics, current events, and culture with detailed analysis and commentary. You could be another William F. Buckley Jr. on firing line. I can only see it. Truly, I can. And let's say you want to rank in the top 10% with them, like the super performers in high school who go on to Ivy League colleges and who may have a shot at running for president. Well, first take a look at how you performed on your SATs in junior year before going off and applying to Harvard, and you may save yourself some heartache, because your chances of getting on a stage with 6,572nd ranked National Review are not high. And I say that with high confidence. Got any other dreams, my friends? Politics may just not be your, shall we say, shang. Maybe try beauty pageant or running for Miss Congeniality. Hell, Miss America. Let's just kiss and say goodbye. I believe in miracles. Love is a miracle, and maybe you'll that dream come true. Or maybe not. It is what it is. Some got it, and you know how that goes. In the sweet bye, and bye for now. This message was approved by Major Mike Webb. Honest.